Your brain's not being sensitive, it's being efficient. Imagine, a rude comment slices through your day like a rogue line of code. You might assume your brain's overreacting, but it's more like it's optimizing its workload. That's right. A single jab hijacks your neural pathways, not due to fragility, but because of a neurological tax that prioritizes threat detection over serenity. Now, the misconception: it's not about hurt feelings but high-stakes data processing. Neurologically speaking, your brain's a constant multitasker. It doesn't just filter noise, it predicts what's next. Enter predictive processing, the internal algorithm that frames your world. According to Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett, your brain is a prediction machine. It runs a mental model based on past experiences, setting expectations for everything from a handshake to a stray remark. A rude comment? That's a prediction mismatch, an error signal that demands immediate attention. And here's the kicker: the comment's not just heard. It's processed with the depth of a security breach. Here's where things collapse. That error signal initiates cognitive friction. Your brain, in its quest for efficiency, inadvertently amplifies the comment's significance. The result? Attentional load skyrockets. Every thought, every task becomes secondary to the comment's reverberation. It's like trying to concentrate while a wasp buzzes in your ear. This neural overhead isn't just distracting. It's a full-scale cognitive derailment. Without intervention, productivity nosedives. The comment, now a mental virus, replicates across your cognitive landscape. Yet, there's a strategic advantage hidden in this chaos. Your brain's not just reacting, it's recalibrating. This acute focus on error signals, while disruptive, enhances your sensitivity to changes in your environment. Like a finely tuned radar, you're now hyper-aware, capable of detecting subtleties others might miss. This isn't sensitivity, it's an evolutionary trade-off. The same mechanism that derails your focus can sharpen your perceptual acuity. To adapt is to survive, and your brain knows this well. Enter the reframe and redirect protocol. Mechanically, it involves two steps. First, reframe the comment as data, not a threat. This shifts your brain from defensive to analytical mode. Second, redirect your attentional load onto a task that requires deep processing. This stabilizes your cognitive baseline. The tension? While the protocol's simple, your brain's not eager to comply. It prefers the path of least resistance. The real challenge is overriding instinct with intention. Ever wonder why our brains are wired to prioritize negativity? It's not a flaw, it's an ancient survival blueprint. Picture this. Early humans faced life or death situations daily. A rustle in the bushes could mean a predator. In such a world, interpreting ambiguous signals as threats was adaptive. Fast forward to today, and a rude comment triggers the same response. Your brain isn't overreacting. It's following a time-tested protocol for survival. Now, the misconception: negativity bias isn't about pessimism, it's about preparedness. Evolution has hardwired us to remember negative experiences more vividly. Research by Dr. John Cacioppo highlights that negative stimuli elicit stronger and more persistent reactions in the brain than positive ones. This negativity bias ensures that potential threats are never overlooked. When a rude comment hits, your brain's amygdala, the emotional processing hub, lights up like a Christmas tree. It's an ancient alarm system, ensuring you're ready for anything. The catch? This heightened state of alertness can hijack your focus. The fatal error in this ancient system? It doesn't differentiate between real threats and social slights. That's the evolutionary trade-off. Hypervigilance at the cost of clarity. Your brain's circuitry is primed for survival, not for today's complex social dynamics. This mismatch results in a constant battle between primal instincts and modern realities. A single comment can spiral into a persistent anxiety loop as your brain tries to reconcile its ancient programming with current contexts. Cognitive resources are diverted and mental fatigue sets in. But here's the unexpected twist. This evolutionary relic has its perks. It refines your social radar, making you adept at reading subtle emotional cues. Those who harness this sensitivity can navigate social landscapes with remarkable finesse. You become a master of nuance, perceiving shifts in tone and demeanor that others miss. In the jungle of modern life, this skill can be invaluable. It's not about being overly sensitive, it's about being finely attuned. Evolution may have wired us for survival, but it also gifted us with social acuity. To leverage this evolutionary gift, deploy this signal-to-skill protocol. Begin by reframing negative comments as opportunities for social insight. Train your brain to view each interaction as a data point, not a threat. This shifts neural resources from defense to exploration. The challenge? Overcoming the brain's ingrained response to negativity. With practice, your mind transforms into an instrument of precision, adept at navigating complex social tapestries. The tension lies in balancing vigilance with curiosity. Let's expose the hidden cost of your brain's vigilance: attentional resource depletion. You might think a rude comment is just a blip in your day, but it's more like a leaky faucet. Drip by drip, your mental energy drains away. The misconception? It's not just about the emotional sting, it's about the cognitive toll. Every rude remark siphons off your attentional capacity, leaving your brain scrambling to maintain its baseline functionality. In a world that demands constant focus, this is a tax you can't afford. According to research from Stanford University, sustained attention is a finite resource. Your brain operates like a budget-conscious accountant, allocating cognitive resources where they're needed most. A rude comment acts like an unexpected expense, throwing your mental budget into disarray. The anterior cingulate cortex, responsible for error detection, works overtime, flagging this disruption. But here's the kicker. The more resources it diverts to processing negativity, the less bandwidth you have for everything else. Your day becomes a series of half-finished tasks and mental fatigue. Without intervention, this cognitive hemorrhage spirals into decision fatigue. That's the fatal error, thinking you can soldier on without recalibration. Every decision, from what to eat to how to respond to emails, becomes a Herculean task. Your decision-making circuitry, now overloaded, defaults to the path of least resistance. The result? Impulsive choices, reduced creativity, and a susceptibility to distraction. It's like trying to run a marathon with a pebble in your shoe. Discomfort morphs into dysfunction. Surprisingly, this depletion offers a paradoxical advantage: forced efficiency. When your brain is stretched thin, it cuts corners, relying on heuristics, mental shortcuts that streamline decision-making. These shortcuts, while imperfect, can enhance your ability to make quick judgments under pressure. In the chaos of your day, this can translate into unexpected problem-solving prowess. It's not about being careless. It's about leveraging cognitive constraints to catalyze creativity. Embrace the limits, and you might find innovation lurking in mental shortcuts. Deploy the constraint to creativity protocol. Mechanically, it involves embracing limitations to fuel innovation. Start by acknowledging when your attentional resources are depleted. Shift focus from exhaustive analysis to rapid prototyping. Test ideas quickly without overthinking. The tension is palpable. Your mind resists this shift, craving thoroughness. But remember, in the crucible of constraints, ingenuity thrives. Push against the boundaries, and watch as your cognitive limitations transform into unexpected strengths. The real challenge? Trusting your brain's ability to adapt. Here's an irony. A rude comment might just be your brain's secret weapon. Initially, it seems like a disruptor, but dig deeper, and you'll find it's an unintentional catalyst for growth. Imagine your brain as a muscle, contracting with each negative interaction. This tension, while uncomfortable, strengthens your mental resilience. The misconception? That negativity only breeds negativity. In truth, it's a crucible for adaptability, honing your capacity to navigate adversity with finesse. Research conducted by Dr. George Bonanno at Columbia University suggests that adversity, including negative social interactions, can build resilience. Your brain, when exposed to stressors, adapts through a process called neuroplasticity. It's like updating your mental firmware. A rude comment triggers this adaptive response, leading your brain to rewire its pathways. This isn't just survival. It's about evolving beyond the immediate reaction. So, while it feels like you're under siege, your brain is quietly constructing a more robust framework for future challenges. Left unchecked, this adaptive process can stall, creating a feedback loop of stress. The fatal error? Ignoring the need for deliberate intervention. Without consciously steering this neuroplastic change, your brain may reinforce maladaptive patterns. It's like letting a garden grow wild. Weeds of negativity can overshadow any potential growth. This is where the Rewires work begins, turning passive adaptation into active transformation. Engage with the process, and you prevent the spiral into chronic stress. Here's the twist. This adaptive process can enhance your emotional intelligence. By engaging with negative stimuli, you train your brain to discern subtle emotional cues and regulate responses more effectively. Think of it as upgrading your emotional operating system. This isn't about becoming impervious to negativity. It's about cultivating a refined emotional palette, capable of navigating complex social landscapes with poise. Your brain, once bogged down by negativity, becomes a refined instrument of emotional acuity. To leverage this, initiate the Resilience Refinement Protocol. Mechanically, it involves two phases. First, recognize adaptive potential in negative interactions. Second, deliberately practice emotional regulation techniques, deep breathing, cognitive reframing, and mindfulness. These strategies modulate your neural response, enhancing resilience while preventing maladaptive entrenchment. The challenge is maintaining consistency. Your brain resists new routines. Yet, by embracing this practice, you forge a resilient mental architecture, poised for both adversity and growth. You'd think ignoring a rude comment would be the best approach, right? Wrong. Ignoring it is like hitting snooze on an alarm, a temporary fix. Instead, consider the acknowledge and adapt protocol. The first step isn't to dismiss the comment, but to actively acknowledge its impact. This recognition allows your brain to process the emotional data rather than letting it fester. The misconception? That avoidance equals resolution. In reality, avoidance is just delayed processing. Acknowledging an emotional impact isn't just a feel-good exercise, it's rooted in neuroscience. Dr. Matthew Lieberman from UCLA found that naming emotions reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's emotional center. This process, known as affect labeling, allows your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for rational thought, to take the reins. By naming the emotional impact of a rude comment, you're essentially rerouting your neural pathways, diminishing the emotional charge and regaining cognitive control. The fatal error here? Failing to integrate this acknowledgement into actionable change. Recognition without adaptation is like identifying a leak without fixing it. Your brain craves resolution. Without acting on acknowledgement, the cognitive friction remains, leading to emotional stagnation. This is where adaptation comes in, cognitive reappraisal. Reframe the comment as a reflection of the speaker's state, not yours. This shift alters your brain's predictive processing, reducing its perceived threat and allowing mental resources to refocus. Adaptation doesn't just neutralize negativity, it builds a foundation for mental agility. By engaging in this protocol, you're training your brain to pivot with grace in the face of adversity. This isn't about ignoring the rude comment. It's about transforming it into a tool for cognitive flexibility. Your brain becomes adept at navigating unexpected disruptions, enhancing your ability to maintain focus and composure. In essence, you're not just surviving negativity, you're using it to refine your mental toolkit. Implement the acknowledge and adapt protocol by first identifying the emotional impact of a rude comment. Use affect labeling to reduce its emotional grip. Then, employ cognitive reappraisal, reframing the comment as an external projection. As you practice, these steps become automatic, transforming your brain into a resilient navigator of social turbulence. The real challenge lies in consistency. Your brain prefers old habits. But with deliberate practice, you can turn vulnerability into versatility, an asset in any cognitive landscape. You might wonder how this protocol plays out in real life, beyond theory. Let's break it down with a common scenario, a terse email from a colleague. Instinctively, your brain flags it as a threat. But what if you paused? The acknowledge and adapt protocol kicks in. Acknowledge the initial emotional spike, a flutter of annoyance or a pang of insecurity. This isn't about suppressing feelings, but about giving them a name. It's the first step in diffusing the emotional charge. Once you've acknowledged your reaction, the next step is cognitive reappraisal. Reframe the terse email as a reflection of your colleague's stress or urgency, not a personal attack. This perspective shift is crucial. Dr. James Gross from Stanford University found that cognitive reappraisal reduces emotional intensity and aids in emotional regulation. By reinterpreting the situation, you engage your prefrontal cortex, reducing the amygdala's hold. The email becomes less of an emotional minefield and more a neutral piece of information. But what happens when your brain resists this protocol? The fatal error is defaulting back to impulsive reactions. This is when mindfulness becomes a powerful ally. By practicing mindfulness, you train your brain to stay present, reducing reactivity. When faced with the email, instead of firing off an immediate, defensive reply, you take a moment to breathe and center yourself. This pause allows for a more thoughtful response, reducing the risk of escalating tensions and preserving professional relationships. Applying this protocol consistently enhances your emotional intelligence over time. The process of acknowledging emotions and reframing scenarios builds neural pathways that support emotional regulation. You become adept at managing not only your reactions, but also your interactions. This isn't just a professional asset, it's a life skill. Your ability to navigate social complexities with emotional acuity becomes a hallmark of your personal and professional identity. Your resilience and adaptability become contagious, affecting those around you. To integrate this into daily life, establish a routine of reflection. At the end of each day, review interactions that triggered emotional responses. Practice affect labeling and cognitive reappraisal retrospectively. Over time, this reflection becomes a natural part of your cognitive routine. The challenge remains in consistency. Your brain may resist habitual change. Yet, by committing to this practice, you cultivate a robust cognitive framework, turning every rude comment into a stepping stone toward emotional mastery. Consider this: every interaction you have, positive or negative, sends ripples through your neural network. A rude comment isn't just an isolated event, it's a systemic trigger. Your brain, in its quest for efficiency, uses these moments to recalibrate its predictive models. The misconception? That these flashes of negativity are inconsequential. In reality, they redefine your cognitive and emotional landscape. Each rude comment is a chance for your brain to update its internal algorithms, affecting how you process future interactions. Research by Dr. Tali Sharad at University College London underscores the brain's capacity to update its predictions based on new information. This adaptive mechanism helps you navigate an ever-changing world. Each rude comment serves as data, informing your brain's predictive processing. But here's the twist: your brain doesn't just adapt to negativity, it prepares for a spectrum of outcomes. This continuous recalibration enhances your ability to anticipate and respond to complex social dynamics, making you a more versatile thinker. Without deliberate intervention, however, this recalibration may skew toward hypervigilance, a state of constant alertness. The fatal error is letting your brain default to survival mode in non-threatening contexts. This not only exhausts cognitive resources, but also distorts your perception of reality, making you see threats where there are none. Your social interactions become colored by undue caution and misinterpretation, affecting your relationships and personal well-being. It's like wearing sunglasses at night, protective but blinding. Yet, there's a systemic advantage to this heightened awareness. It can sharpen your problem-solving skills. By actively engaging in recalibration, You harness your brain's predictive processing for constructive purposes. This isn't about being on edge, it's about being perceptive. Your brain, attuned to subtle cues and patterns, becomes adept at identifying novel solutions to complex problems. You're not just reacting to the world, but actively shaping your interaction with it, turning potential pitfalls into opportunities for innovation. To capitalize on this potential, engage the perception to problem protocol. Begin by recognizing when heightened awareness skews toward hypervigilance. Then, channel this awareness into structured problem-solving activities, brainstorming sessions, strategic planning, or creative projects. This redirection refines your predictive processing, aligning it with constructive outcomes. The challenge is in maintaining focus amidst distraction. Your brain often gravitates toward the path of least resistance. Yet, by committing to this practice, you transform a rude comment from a neural nuisance to a cognitive catalyst.